A really easy way to solve this quadratic equation is with a square root. But in order to use a square root, you need your x on one side squared, and then on the other side, that c stands for a constant, so just a number on the other side. We are so close. We just need to add that 24 to both sides, so we've got the x squared by itself. Okay, so now we've got x squared is equal to 24. Once we're here, we're ready to take a square root on both sides. Whatever we do to one side, square root on the left, we do to the other side, square root on the right. Now the square root of something squared is the something. So on the left-hand side, I get an x, but the x could have been positive or negative, right? Positive x or negative x squared are both x squared. So technically, the plus or minus lives on the left-hand side, but in order to get my two solutions, I want to move that plus or minus over to the right-hand side. So I'm not going to put the plus or minus there. I'm going to put the plus or minus on the other side with the square root of 24. Now I've almost got my solution, but it's not simplified. I want to simplify our answer by taking at least part of this square root. So I'm going to think through what times what is equal to 24. So I could use a 2 times a 12. I could also use a 4 times 6, or I could use a 3 times an 8. But the one that I want is the one that has a perfect square. I can take a square root of 4, so I'm going to use that 4 times 6. So continuing with my square root, I'm going to rewrite that 24 as a 4 times a 6. And I can actually take the square root separately. I can take the square root of 4 separate, because they're being multiplied, separate from the square root of 6. So this means I am at my answer. So plus or minus, let's do the square root of 4 first. That's a 2. The square root of 6 can't be simplified, so I'm just going to write that as the square root of 6 and my x on the other side. Now, if you needed to write this as two separate solutions, you would write this as a positive 2 radical 6, comma, a negative 2 radical 6. I've got two more really important examples for you. So in this example, I almost have the setup that I want, and actually you could leave it this way if you wanted to, but I really like to start by isolating my x squared. So I'm going to divide both sides here by 4, and I'm just going to leave it as a fraction. Fractions are actually really easy to work with when it comes to taking a square root. That leaves me with the x squared on the left and the 75 divided by 4 on the right. I'm ready to take a square root on both sides. So a square root on the left and then a square root of that fraction on the right. So on the left-hand side, I get the x. I also get the plus or minus, but I'm going to record that on the other side. And on the other side, I can take the square root separate, the numerator and denominator. So I'm going to write that as the square root of 75 divided by the square root of 4. Now I can do the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So I get my 2 here. But I want to think of that 75 as something times something. I really want a perfect square in there. And that 75, this is a nice one because it happens to be 25, which is a perfect square, times 3. So I'm going to write that as 25 times 3 instead of the 75. So x, these are my solutions. So we've got plus or minus. Our denominator is 2. But I can take those square roots separately. So I can do the square root of 25 first. That's going to be a 5. But there's nothing that I can do to simplify the square root of 3. So I'm going to write that as radical 3. One more great example left to go. This one looks different, right? But this one is actually set up exactly how I want it. I've got parentheses squared, but it's still my x quantity squared on the left, and I have just a number on the right. So I am ready to take a square root. I don't need to do anything else to set this up. So I'm going to take a square root there on both sides. On the left-hand side, I get that x minus 3. That's an x minus 3. I'm going to put the plus or minus on the other side. And then I've got my square root of 8. But I want to rewrite the square root of 8 so I can simplify it. So the square root of 8 happens to be, 8 is 4 times 2. Perfect. So I'm going to deal with the 3 here in just a second. So plus or minus the square root of 4 times 2. Working with the right-hand side first, I'm going to take those square roots separately. So we've got x minus 3 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 4 is 2, but there's nothing that I can do to simplify the square root of 2. So I've got both of those taken care of. All I've got left to do is to isolate my x here on the other side. I need to add that 3 to both sides. So plus 3 plus 3. We end up with, on the left, the x that I was looking for. So x is equal to, here come my answers. I like to write the radical term last. So I'm going to write this a positive 3. So I'm just going to do 3 plus or minus 2 radical 2. To solve more quadratic equations, you're going to want to watch this video next.